Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to show you how to draw Space Godzilla. Now, make sure that if you guys are liking these videos, you are subscribing and clicking on that little bell so you get the notifications every time a new video is uploaded. So, to draw Space Godzilla, we are going to begin with his face. So, starting up here towards the top of my paper, I'm going to start off by drawing a little line, kind of like a little sad face. And then I'm going to make a little happy face underneath it. Then starting right here, I'm going to draw a line that curves down and then goes up over his eye. And then right here, I'm going to draw a line that curves down and then goes up over here to show where his other eye would be. Then I'm just going to bring this one in a little bit. And I'm going to put a little curved line right here to show where his other eye will be. Now, his nose is a little bit shorter than the normal Godzilla. So I'm going to start right here and I'm going to draw a line that goes right to here. And then I'm going to draw a little curved line right here for a nostril. And then a little curved line right here for another one. And then I'm going to put a small V shape in between there. Then right here, I'm going to draw a line that just kind of curves down and then goes up and then over right here. And then I'm going to make this kind of curve up and down and then up and down one more time. Then I'm going to add a little bump right here just to show where the side of his face is. Then starting right here, I'm going to just bring this line down and then over. And then I want to add some teeth. So he's got his big fangs right here. And then all the teeth in between are a lot smaller. Then he's going to have his big fangs at the bottom and then his smaller teeth. We're going to draw a line here and add the rest of his teeth. Then starting here, I'm just going to make a little kind of curved line around his mouth. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes down, over, and then back up for his jaw. Now, starting up here on his head. So this Space Godzilla, he's almost kind of like mixed with like crystals and stuff. So he's got all, instead of spikes, he's got these crystals everywhere. So starting right here on his head, I'm going to draw a line that goes up at a diagonal and then goes real tall like this. Then I'm going to draw another little kind of like crystal shape right there. And then here I'm going to draw a line that goes out and then in and then kind of down like this for another crystal. Then I'm going to bring this line down here. And then I'm going to put two little crystals here. And then two more little points towards the top. He's got kind of like a crazy design on his head. Then I'm going to draw another little line right here just to show where it's connected. Then, starting up here at the top of this crystal, I'm going to draw a line that just kind of curves down, and it's going to go at an angle like this. Then right over here, he's got a really tiny ear, so I'm going to draw a little line that just kind of curves like this, and then a little line inside. Now, right over here by his mouth, I'm going to draw a little line that curves down and then comes back. It's like a big, like tooth kind of sticking out. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to draw a little line that kind of connects them, and then two little lines right over here. Now, starting right here on his jaw, I'm going to draw a line that just kind of goes down for his neck. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. Then, starting right here, I'm going to draw a line that goes down and then comes back in for his chest. And then I'm just going to make kind of like a curved line like this, just to show where his chest is going to be. Now, Space Godzilla, he's really kind of different. Like, he's a pretty big dude, pretty solid, and like the proportions on him are kind of different. His arms are really small, his legs are really fat. So it's going to kind of look a little bit funny as we draw this. So then, starting right here, I'm going to draw a line that kind of comes down and then curves in where his stomach is going to be. And now, like I said, his proportions are off, so his legs are going to be kind of short. They're really fat, but they're going to be really, really short. So I'm going to curve this in a little more. And then starting all the way up here, I'm going to draw a line that just kind of curves down. And then his knee is going to kind of go out, and then we're going to kind of bring it in like this with a little bit of a curved line. Then I'm just going to kind of connect this. Then I'm going to make another curved line right here and draw a little bit of a line down. And then for his foot. So I'm going to start right here and I'm going to draw a little line. And then I'm going to make another one that goes up and down for the top of his foot. Then, starting right here, I'm going to start with one toe. So I'm going to draw a line that just curves down and goes back up for one toe. Then I'm going to draw another one here for another toe. And then we're going to draw one more here. Just like that. Then I'm going to draw a line that just kind of curves around here for his foot. And like I said, his legs are really big, so it's going to curve here, and then it's going to just kind of come up to about here. So now for the other leg. So I'm going to start this one right here. So I'm going to curve this line down, and we're going to go right to here. I'm going to bring it out, and then I'm going to make that kind of strange shape for that knee. Then I'm going to curve it back around. Then I'm going to draw another little line right around here by his knee. Then we're going to draw a little bit of a space for his leg. And we're going to draw that other foot. So I'm going to start a line that goes right here and down. And then I'm going to draw one toe, two of them, three, and then I'm going to put the fourth one right here, and then I'm going to just kind of bring this around. Then I'm going to go in and out and back in for like a little bump. Then I'm going to go out, in, and then kind of back out like this. A little bit of some broken lines. Like I said, his head's small, his arms are small, and then his legs are just huge. So I'm just going to kind of connect this line here and then connect this leg up to here. So I know this is kind of a little bit goofy looking, but just kind of bear with me right now. So let's kind of add those claws on here, just kind of put some little curved lines to show where the claws are. Okay, So let's work on his arms. So starting up here by his neck, I'm going to draw a line that's just going to come down, it's going to go out, and then it's going to come back in. Then starting right here, I'm going to draw a line that's just going to go down and then kind of curve up. Then I'm going to make a line that curves down and comes back up for one claw. Then I'm going to make another line that kind of curves around for another one. Then I'm going to curve one down here. And then I'm going to put one more right here, kind of where his thumb would be. Then I'm just going to draw a line that goes in and then kind of down to finish off that arm. Now his other arm is going to be over here. So this one's going to look a little bit different because we got to put a big shoulder on here too. So I'm going to start by drawing a line that goes up. And I'm just going to kind of curve it into one of these claws. Make a little curved line to show where the claw is. Then I'm going to make another claw right here. And then another one right there. And then I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to just draw a little claw right here, kind of where his thumb would be. And then I'm just going to bring this line down and then up like this. And then I'm going to draw a line that just goes up and then kind of curves around here to show where his arm would be. Okay, so now I'm going to draw this line and I'm just going to bring it down here. Now, for his shoulders, he's got like these huge crystals kind of coming out. So the top of his shoulder is just massive. So I'm going to start right here and I'm just going to draw a couple curved lines. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes out really big and then goes right to about here. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here. Then I want to show that giant crystal. So I'm going to draw a line that just goes up and then over like this. Then I'm going to go down. I want these to be kind of straight lines because it's a crystal. And then it's going to go down to here. Then I'm just going to bring this line and kind of go right past the leg. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to curve it around like this and come up for where his tail is going to be. Then I'm going to kind of line up where his stomach is and I'm going to continue that tail. I want to keep it really, really big. The closer it is towards his body, and then the farther away it gets, I want it to get a lot smaller. So I'm going to bring this up. And we're just going to kind of finish it off like that. Okay, so this is kind of like our general shape of the Space Godzilla, but we have a lot of details to add to him. So let's start on getting all these crystals that are kind of going down his back. So first off, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to start off by on the top of his head, make some of these little kind of bumpy lines that just get a little bit bigger as they go down his body. Now, as I start to go down here, I'm going to start to kind of square them off like that. I want to be a little bit squarer. Now, once you have a couple of those, when you get to here, this is when they start to turn in these really big crystals. So, I'm going to draw some crystals by making a straight line up. And then I'm just going to go at an angle. And then another angle down. And then I'm just going to kind of bring this back down to the body. And you're going to want to kind of repeat that pattern all the way around here. So let's draw a couple more. So I'm going to make just some angled lines. And you just put a point on them. and then run them straight down. And they're all different sizes over here, so you can kind of start them all over. You can just start with the point like this to make one. You can start them up here, make some big points. You can make them go in, just kind of fill up some of the space around here. He's got a lot going on back here too, so even by like where his arm is, you can make some that are kind of pointing out. That way they're kind of following the pattern of his body as they move down. You can make these kind of look like they're behind each other. And you just want to kind of fill up the whole rest of his body with these crystals. So as I get right to about his leg, then I want these crystals to start kind of being smaller. I don't want them to be so big. So as I'm moving down, I'm going to just start to make these a lot smaller, almost like I'm making little tiny houses. And then as I'm doing this, I'm just going to eventually just kind of turn these almost into like little triangles or little kind of diamond shapes as I get smaller and smaller down to his tail. Now, once you get to his tail, he kind of has a little bit of like a bump on his tail, like this. And then he's got lots of crystals coming out. So I'm going to put one big kind of like diamond-shaped crystal on the end of his tail. And then I'm going to just kind of fill it up with like some smaller crystals. Kind of all over. Now, up here, I'm going to put a really big kind of triangular point like this, and that's going to show where like this crystal is on the other side. Okay, so now that we have all this, now we want to start adding all of those details to really make him kind of pop out and look a lot better. So I'm going to start up here on his face. I'm going to make a little line kind of come around here where his eyebrows would be. I'm going to add a couple little extra lines around his mouth and on his face. A little curved line right here by his eye. Some extra little lines by his nose. A little bit of a line here to show where these spikes are coming out. Now, on his arm over here, we've got lots and lots of different things going on. So I'm going to make some kind of like broken lines and kind of like an up and down pattern. This is just kind of to show where he's got like some skin showing and like where that crystal is popping out. Then I'm just going to start adding like lots of extra little lines around here. Kind of all over the place. Now, starting on his neck, I'm going to draw a line that just kind of comes down here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make another little line, that kind of broken line comes down here. Put two of them next to each other. And I'm just going to make these kind of like angled lines right here. Put some more broken lines in here. And then just lots of little kind of extra broken lines. Now his stomach is kind of really weird looking. He's got lots of like weird things kind of going on, like his skin's really being stretched. So I'm going to draw some lines that just kind of go down and then up and then back up here. And then we're just going to add like lots of, broken lines kind of all over the place in here. Some kind of curved lines. And then he's just got lots and lots of extra little like thin lines everywhere. Lots of detail on this guy. And then up here, we're just going to add like kind of like some squiggly lines in here. Just extra lines kind of going all over the place. We want to give him his claws. And then we're just going to kind of add lots of extra lines all around here. just going to kind of put these all over the place on here. And then he's got lots and lots of kind of little lines kind of coming all the way down his body. So I'm just going to kind of throw some just broken lines kind of all over the place just to show some kind of texture and detail on him. And it's going to kind of throw these kind of all over the place. And just going to kind of put these everywhere just to kind of show like some different detail and texture on them. So that way we're not making all of it all over the place. He's got some little extra lines kind of around here. And just some kind of different spots and things going all over the place. We want lots and lots of little lines all around here. Different things kind of going everywhere. I'm going to put some kind of curved lines around his tail. Some different spots over here. And just going to kind of make a lot of lines going up and down his tail. Just so we can show where there's some kind of different like texture and stuff. Put some more lines up here. Then where we have these crystals, what we want to do is we want to make these look like they're real pointy and jagged. So I'm just going to draw some kind of lines at different angles and stuff. Like this, just to kind of show that there's these different points and stuff in here. You don't really need to have all these lines connect or anything, but it just kind of looks cool if you do different random lines going up and down or in different places. Just kind of have some fun with these. So I'm going to make like this one like a V shape and then a line up here and a line down here. This one I'm going to go up with it and then put a couple lines. And just kind of fill in these spots over here with some of these different shapes. Do the same thing back here. Put another one over here. Put some lines on this crystal. And then last, we can give him his little pupil, just a little black dot in here. Little lines around there. And there you go. There's your drawing of Space Godzilla. That one did take a while, and because there are lots of details on there, and he is kind of different looking. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Make sure that if you enjoy it, you are subscribing and clicking that little bell so you can get notifications every time we post a new video. So I'm going to fast forward and start coloring this. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.